video and visiting my channel. Today I'm going to do a little bit more of a informational what I'm up to, my New Year's goals, as far as my nutrition plan. As you guys know probably by now, I'm a competitive jiu-jitsu athlete and I have so many goals, personal goals that I want to fulfill in that area for 2018. Performance and things like that, and honestly, nutrition is the best way to enhance your performance. And I'm obviously a really big fan of both fitness and nutrition, so we're gonna combine the both. I always create my own meal plans. I mean, it's no surprise and it's nothing new for you guys who know that that's something that I do. However, I'm gonna do a little bit different of this traditional meal plan that I generally do, and I wanted to share with you guys. This is my little booklet. I do all of my meal plans by hand because I really think I personally just like to write everything out, like crisscross and scratch out and see what I personally like to do, how I want to change it. So I'm going to go into depth real quick about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and what the goals are. Let's get into it. Obviously, this is all based off my height, weight, and my goal. So I generally run between 125 and 128 on just like regular walking weight. As an athlete who participates in a sport that is weight focused, I really try to walk around my fight weight all year round because I don't want to go into this huge cutting phase right before a tournament because it really just takes a toll on your body. Dieting sucks and I just don't like to do that. So I try to maintain my weight all year round so that it's not as detrimental or just annoying to go on a diet. When I'm preparing for a tournament, I mainly switch my strategy to just really tracking everything that I'm putting in and just making sure everything is as clean as possible. And I'm usually always at my goal. And then every once in a while I throw in some carb cycling to decrease carbs if I'm really at like a standstill, because it is hard to lose weight when you have lower body fat. So that is a tool that I like to use that I've shared with you guys multiple times in the past. Based off my height and weight and my goals, because I don't want you to follow this if it's not right for you, I'm going on 1,500 calories to maintain my goal weight of 125. So like I said, I'm usually 125 to 128. 125 is what I always like to shoot for because my fighting weight in a uniform or a gi in jiu-jitsu is 129. So it gives me a 4-pound leeway, and the uniforms usually weigh about 4 pounds. So I'd like to be in that so I'm not struggling. So 124, 125 is like a really good range. And I'm also pretty much just eating really clean at that point, and it's not too restrictive or anything like that. I like to do 2 grams per kilogram for protein. So how I determine that is you determine what your pounds are and what your weight is in pounds, get the kilogram conversion divided by 2.2, and then you're going to times that number by 2 grams per kilogram. Now the recommendation for general activity is 0.8 grams per kilogram, but as an avid athlete who expends a lot of calories, and for people like bodybuilding who lift a lot, things like that, and require a heavy protein amount, the maximum cutoff is going to be 2. So I always like to shoot for the higher, especially because I'm vegetarian and I don't eat meat. It's not as easy, so I really like to strive for that higher amount, so I'm making sure I get enough protein in. So that's for me going to be 112 grams per day. What that 112 grams converts to is 30%. If you guys are aware of the macro calculating and counting your macros and IIFYM, then they use this percentage system a lot, and it's basically just determining what percent you need to whatever reach your goals, and it varies depending on different stages of where you're at in your training. But for me, I'm going to be focusing on a 40-30-30 approach. That's going to be 40% carbohydrate, 30% protein. As you just saw, that's 112 grams converted into grams, and 30% fat. Now, I know people are like, you have more carbs than protein and you're trying to, maintain muscle, and how is that possible? One, I'm trying to really keep my carb intake up because I really want to maintain high energy levels, because I do have a lot of business goals for myself this year, and I need to be mentally cognitive in order to reach those. I can't be deprived of carbs all the time while also trying to be a full-time athlete. It's going to be super, super challenging. So carbs are going to be essential for me. Also, as an athlete, you need carbs to sustain your performance. Now, performance is number one huge for me, and that's what I really, really want to focus on this year. It's just improving my performance in every way that is. like that could be agility or speed or just explosiveness. And so I really want to make sure I have the carb stores that my body can withstand all the training. So high carb is going to be better for me. As well, another reason why I'm doing higher carb is because I am sticking to a plant-based vegan way of eating throughout this training towards my tournaments. Most plant foods are going to have some carbs, so I'm going to be naturally higher in carbs, and so I gotta account for that in my diet. So that's another reason why I'm doing 40% carbs. Now 40% translates to 150 grams of carbs, which isn't really that much, but as you'll see, I'm going to break it down for you guys, so hopefully you'll get a little bit more understanding of what I'm doing. So we got 1,500 calories, 40, 30, 30. Now that's the breakdown. Now how am I going to further break that down into my nutrition plan? So this is the first time I'm actually doing this really detailed nutrition plan for myself, really breaking down the grams per meal. So I'm super excited to try it out, but I'm going to be focusing on 4 to 5 meals a day. It's really 3 meals, and the 2 are going to be post-workout foods, so it's not necessarily a substantial meal, but it's still going to be like a food that I'm going to intake. But I decided to do 45 grams of carbs for breakfast, 30 grams for my post-workout, 30 grams for lunch, and 45 grams for dinner. Now some of you guys might think that's really a lot, but I'm going to work it out every day to see what foods are going to fit in that percentage. And I think the more you can spread out the amount of grams you're getting with each meal, it's better nutrient timing, and it gives the body more of a chance to actually utilize these nutrients and absorb the properties of them as well. For instance, if I have 150 grams of carbs required per day, I don't want to have 100 grams just for dinner, and then that's 50 for the rest of the day. It's not a good distribution. So this is a way for me to really make sure I am like perfectly distributing my macros so that I have most optimal nutrition as possible to then, again, fuel my performance. Next, we're moving into protein. So for this one, I did breakfast, pre-workout, and lunch are all 30 grams. Super easy to attain. Now with the post-workout, with the protein, how I want to kind of relay this to you is I'm probably going to shoot for the protein powder that I use right now is 15 grams per scoop. So I'm probably going to do 1 scoop, probably post-workout at the gym training, and then post-workout jujitsu. So that's how I'm going to break up those. There's actually going to be 2 15, so that's where that like 4 to 5 meals comes in, because I'm going to break that up into like little shakes, which are going to be nothing. And then 20 grams for dinner. I really tried to focus heavy macros, like higher for breakfast, because it's my favorite meal of the day. I love it, and it helps to sustain your energy throughout the day. And then less during dinner, because I'm trying to go to sleep. I don't want to like digest that much, and that's just kind of what works for me. So that's what I'm going to shoot for, and that's like what I've decided. I really like this style of eating, so I'm really working around what works for me and what's intuitive for me that feels the best, as well as what's going to enhance my performance. And the last macro we're going to hit is the fat. I love fat foods. Seriously, I love protein. I mean peanut butter, I love avocado, I love nuts, I love flax, so it was really hard for me to, because I'm very naturally a high protein, high fat eater, and like not that many carbs. But I know I need carbs for this year. Specifically, like I said, the brain function is going to be a major key. Just to really have like a clarity and mental focus. So it's kind of not getting that many grams of fats, but I'm going to see what I can squeeze in there. So I'm going to do 15 grams for breakfast, 10 grams post-workout, 15 grams for lunch, and 10 for dinner. And that's basically probably going to be covered for like lunch, and dinner is probably going to be covered in like the cooking oil that I use. So it's not like I'm going to have probably like a fat food, but we'll see. I'll try to make recipes, share it with you guys if I try anything, you know, miraculous that I want to share with you guys, or if it's a total abomination, but we'll have to find out. One thing I wanted to mention too as well with the fats post-workout, because I know it's really recommended to do carbs and protein post-workout, but I said hell with it, I'm gonna add some healthy fats. I have like a coconut oil powder, that's about 8 grams I think per scoop, so I'll probably do half a scoop with each shake, and that's just for some extra healthy fats. And then I also have like flaxseed and chia seed and stuff, so I'm probably just gonna like put a scoop of that in the protein powder. But one thing's a fact, I'm going to be eating protein powders with water twice a day for sure, because that's just a guaranteed way I get my protein in. Don't really deviate much. I like to vary my vegetables because each vegetable offers different nutrients, but for the most part, like if I find something that works and doesn't make me bloated, doesn't make me distended or constipated, I'm staying with it, okay? Because that's the worst feeling, especially when you're trying to train and be an athlete and you're sitting there farting, okay? It's not the best feeling. So anyway, guys, I hope this helped you understand a little bit more about my nutrition mindset going into 2018 and the goals I have set out for myself as far as this and how I'm breaking down my nutrition plan. If you have any more questions about it, please comment below. Shoot me an email, natalie@bodybyboss.com, if you would like your own meal plan designed by yours truly. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, taking the time to sit through me ramble, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.